back to Kingsfield 3. Hello, welcome back to Kingsfield. Just checking. Okay, so last time we went through most of the... Oh, yeah. No, that was just me checking my phone. So I was just picking up my phone. Because usually nobody's here. So I usually make sure everything's working by like looking at it, listening to my phone a little bit. How are you, Danger Man? What's going on? Oh. But yeah, last time we worked through King Harvine's palace, also known as the Palace of Wind. We have a little bit left to do there. I think we were going to grind up for the bow, and then I think we're going to head to the Cave of Shudom, which should be the Earth Cave, and then see what other shenanigans we can get up to. So let's load in. So this is where we are right now with our character sheet. I think we're doing fairly well. By the way, sword arts are lowered again for this edition. So sword arts are at 50-50. So you want like 50 strength, 50 magic. So the names of the Wind Mage is Calamathar, and the Fire Mage is Garnabas. Currently we're rocking a longsword, some wind color, and some leather and iron stuff. There we go. So yeah, we had a little bit left of the King Harvine's palace left to go to unlock the seal and gather some stuff, which might come in handy. Stuff is always handy. This place is murder on my MP, so I keep going back. So this is what we have for the Earth Math right now. So we should have done all of that. While you're here at the Wind Palace, you get a bonus to your wind magic. So a lot of this is to get you used to the idea of rapid switching. Nice, we got a level up. You shouldn't be in front of them. They like jumping in front of you. Jumping. Something that's absolutely rude. I do not have my PS5 yet. I was, like, within 2 inches of one. But it's under plexiglass at the Best Buy. Oh, nice. How are you liking it? I'm like really torn because I really want a PS5, but like there's no HBO Max app on it. And I'm like, so my PS4 is where I use all my streaming stuff on too. It kind of relates back to why I got my PS3 in the first place, and I got my PS3 because it was the best Blu-ray player at that time on the market. So like, my PlayStations have always been also my entire like entertainment complex. The PS5 is just not as complete. Nice. Nice. What's your impressions of Demon Souls since you played it? I own a copy of Demon Souls. Does that count? I own like 2 copies of Demon Souls. One for the PlayStation 5, one for the PS3. I don't think it counts. Alright, so we have gone through here, so we now have to go the original. I think it might be worth playing the original, but as far as I know, you essentially played the original. It essentially copies the I don't know why I keep doing that. I think because I've been playing Hollow Knight. Anyway, it is and isn't the original. Like, the AI, the video game bits of it is original. Like, they used the code and stuff like that. Like, the video game parts are original, and it's a gorgeous game. But if you're looking for lore, I think it behooves you to play the original. Okay, I went the wrong way. Plus, a PS3 is actually worth it. Alright, next one. Yeah, I think OLED is a little bit more important than 4K. I think if you can't play the original because of frame rate, then watching an LP is probably better. I'm so jealous. I was looking at the LG CXs at Best Buy today. I went to Best Buy to get an SSD external. Yeah. I think I've done a lot of thinking of like Demon Souls lore since then, so I have a lot of like I want to say new ideas, but I don't know how new they actually are. Especially having played Kingsfield and seeing it in action has really, I think, improved some of the stuff that like FromSoft was getting at with demons that I think was completely missed by Bluepoint. The biggest lore thing is actually how important water is. Yeah, it's not even the sound design. Like, aesthetic-wise, I get why they sexed up some things. They did some new sound design and stuff like that. But it's little things that miss lore. And I was just about to talk about it a little bit, and that's, the water motif in Demon Souls is completely missed by Bluepoint. And therefore, it doesn't exactly exist as much in the Demon Souls remake. Demon Souls remake, all the demons fade into, like, light or whatever, light particles, and all of the souls look fire. In the original, the souls are actually made out of water droplets, and the demons fade into water droplets, and water droplets are the loading icon up at the top right-hand corner, because it's fog, and fogs are made out of burnt-up souls, which is why it's covering the landscape. All those souls are... Those souls have been gone, like, since the beginning. And, the importance of water is very important in Shadow Tower and in Kingsfield, where water is, like, ridiculously important. And so, hey! Thanks, Kingsfield! I appreciate it! Water is, like, ridiculously important, and so as a Shadow Tower in Kingsfield-like, Demon Souls does a lot of, like, subtle water motifs for that lore. And it's just not in Demons, because, I guess, because I want to say a lot of the Bluepoint people, like, didn't realize that Demons isn't as much the beginning as it is sort of an evolution of Kingsfield, where water is ridiculous and important. So they went with making it fire because that's recognizable because of souls. So they looked forward instead of looking backward for some of the reasons why they did some aesthetic choices. And I think it loses a lot of lore implication because of it. But as a video game, and as a gorgeous video game at that, like, depends on what you play it for, I guess. And, like, I think that's a mistake that is completely understandable on Bluepoint's part, because who the heck plays Kingsfield in the year 2020? Yeah, water, like, listen, I keep harping about the importance of trees, and the very first freaking boss, like, final boss 26 years ago, as of December 3rd, Japan time, was a freaking tree. And, like, souls are the lifeblood and is water, not so much fire. Fire is a modern FromSoftware thing. And even then, modern FromSoftware almost made Dark Souls about water. Like, to the point where it looks like water at Firelink Shrine. So, like, this is the lore implication from, like, way back. And, like, souls and demon souls are made out of water. Water vapor. Water. Like, that's why King Allant is both an XP of King... He's basically an evolution of King Harvine. The wind magician. The Wind King. And if you heard, I think we have unsealed everything. Which makes me very happy. Time to kill a scythe. No! Deck! Paralyze. I need probably a bloodstone. So, like, how is the demons being powered? By the power of souls, and the power of souls is water, and that's why when you fight Tower Knight and he starts spitting out water vapor in the original, that's why, and that's why, like, the King Harvine XP of King Allant has, like, water coming out of him like freaking wings, because he's burning souls to power himself. It's a very subtle bit of lore that I think is sadly missed by most people. Though I feel kind of nuts for, like, going on about it. Hey, United. It took me, like, it really did take me a while. Like, I only realized it when I was, like, seeing it missing. Seeing it missing in the remake really brought it to mind. Like, you don't miss things until it's gone. And right there it was super gone. And that's, like, you notice it when it's missing. So that's my rant about that. But as a video game, it's gorgeous, it plays well, it plays exactly the way you expect it to, and it's well worth the $70. We're looting the place now. Could you imagine if you ever fought King Harvine in Kingsfield. Pretty good. Although he'd probably just end up being a lot. Hey, cool, Verdite. We can get some magic ups now. Yeah, like, the remake visuals are gorgeous and they're well worth looking at, and they're very lovingly crafted. It's such a weird thing for me to think about, because it's like, yeah, it's lovingly crafted. They revered the work. But they also don't know how FromSoft tells a story. I doubt FromSoft has anything to do with their, like, remasters. Because they really don't. Like, when Metal Wolf Chaos was doing a remaster, they... Oh, crap. Hold on. Nope. They had General Arcade who did that remaster. They had two guys at FromSoft for technical advice on speed dial, but they weren't like directly working on it. And Dark Souls Remastered was done by Qlock, who is a Polish developer. Like, FromSoft doesn't really have much to do with their remasters. Once they're done with the work, they're done. As far as I know, they got the PS3 version working on a PS5, and then they stripped out the visual assets. That's how Bluepoint did it. The people for their technical support was Japan Studio, who only really started working with FromSoft with Bloodborne. Gosh darn it. But you can't get me, so there. Just gonna wait it out. But yeah, like... FromSoftware has told a story in very similar ways for a long, long time. Yeah, so like, it's kind of my brand, Kingsfield. Nice! Water, wind crystal. So like, okay, remember, one thing before I answer that question, Dangerfield, one thing to remember, Demon Souls is the Great Old One, is a tree. It is drinking water. It drinks... like, Souls are water. The old one drinks water, lots of water, unendingly, because trees are always hungry. This is the point FromSoft is making. Like, that's why King Randolph is, like, a freaking tree at the end of Kingsfield 1J. Like, he's a tree because he keeps sucking souls because the life force of the world is a freaking water. Like, like, yeah, like, I don't think it was a leftover at all with Demon Souls. It's an important part of Demon Souls. Like, trees are weird. This is a FromSoft fact. Like, it is a serious FromSoft fact. Trees are weird. That's that. So I started playing... So, me and Kingsfield go back, but it's mostly I've been gathering the games, which has been the hard part. I actually own these games, and these are all self-rips. So, like, I own these games, and so I had to go track down specific copies, and... like, as complete as possible, because I also collect FromSoft games. So that took a while. I played a bit of 2J on my PS3 years ago. That's why I knew where to go for most of it. I'm playing on RetroArch. I ripped my copy, stuck it in RetroArch. I have a few filters on it to make it as clear as possible. And side note, if you have a developer license from Microsoft, you can shove RetroArch on your Series X and play Kingsfield games. It's like $19 or something. Forget how much that developer's license is. So I started collecting them a couple years ago because I knew I wanted to do LPs of them. And I finally found a copy of Kingsfield 3. Not too long ago, as complete as I know they come in. Yeah, because PCSX2 kernel came out for RetroArch, so now you can put PCSX2 on your Series X and just, you know, play what I think is the golden age of FromSoft, when they decided to crunch and, like, release 6 games in a freaking year. The sheer amount of ink Famitsu used to, like, write on FromSoft is crazy too. It's like, the idea that Westerners have about FromSoft is that they were this, like, niche AA publisher who weren't, like, well known, but, like, if you look at how many pages Famitsu used to write on them, and then, like, little insert booklets for them, like, all their games and stuff, they're way more popular than Westerners think they were. Alright, I need my map because I need to make sure. Might as well pop that. Alright, let's go to the next one and then loot that, and then go to the last one and loot that. The one thing about that is you'll need to dump your PSX BIOS from your PlayStation, because RetroArch doesn't come with it. So there's YouTube videos about that. Yeah. Let's good thing I'm getting bloodstones because I just ran out. Stupid scythes. They're stupid freaking paralyzed. By the way, I did get like a necklace, so I should probably put that on. Oh, that looks really cool. You can see like little wind crystals in the middle of the jewels there. And like, when I used to talk about the importance of water and trees and FromSoft games, like it's a little bit of a joke now because I talk about it so much, but like it's not a Yggdrasil thing. It's definitely not a Yggdrasil thing. Because trees aren't seriously benevolent. And there's a lot to say that Demon Souls is basically Verdite. Okay, there's nothing there. Kind of, because the art I've seen from Additional and Additional 2 basically looks like Boletaria. And I'm like, Verdite Boletaria? Nice. Good to get a level up. Yeah, it's like I think the dev license is like $19 monthly to Microsoft. Ooh, nice, another wind crystal. Don't need that right now. She says before she gets wrecked somehow. Open. Gimme. Thank you. So yeah, there's a lot to say about Harvine. We learned most about Harvine in 2J in the last game. We learned how he got stabbed in the back by Sidek. Sidek's a jerk, and he was very rude. The Fire Mage. We'll learn a little bit more about Sidek in this game, I think. I think he comes up. Probably because Ordoladin is like, dude owed me like 20 bucks. But again, Harvine is a bit like the Gwyn figure of Kingsfield. He's not a god, he is, though, a unifying king from the area. He unified the three lands of the northern continent together. But hubris and kind of greed ate him for lunch. And Melanot and Gyra pretty much put him in his place. And then he got stabbed in the back. I mean, as one does. apparently, before he decided to try to go to Melanot, Verdite was his seat of power. And this was his big palace. Is there anything over here? I don't know about you, but I blame Seath. I don't know how yet. I just do. Well, fine. I'll take the Fujin. Fun fact, Fujin is a wind god in Japanese mythology. There's a reference to Fujin in Final Fantasy VIII. Side note. There's your strange factoid of the day. Eject. Alright, I think we're good with the Wind Palace. I think we've looted everything in here. Yeah, I remember reading the Fujin was real good in this game, and that... So I'm like, slap that on. Pop that. Pop those before I forget all about them. How much gold do we have? Only 1834. Don't think that's enough for a bow yet. Check. Aelin, what's up? You've got a suspect last name. BT dubs. I believe her last name is Reinhardt, which is the name of the king from Cave of 1J, which is suspect. I've been meaning to check the Japanese version just to see if that's not like age tech screwing around. Because a lot of names are just age tech screwing around. Promeus is a special metal which was handed down by the dwarves. I know it's precious, but I don't think it is worth risking our lives for. Of course, Father had a very different view. 3850. Dang it. Hey, Faded, what's going on? Anything for a buck, especially for a fortune. I hear Garen is a very dangerous place. I can't help worrying about my father's safety. He's not as young as he used to be. My father was very close to the king in childhood. That's why we used to go to the castle so often. My father would chat with the king about traveling and such. He used to be such a nice man. And Seath was like, haha! Jerk is mine now. Alright, Let me go grab the save point, and then I guess we're heading to Shudom. I do think that Lynn's name is the same between Japanese and English. I'm not super certain. Let's see if Valid has anything to say. You're looking for the 4 Archmages, right? Leon said this would happen. I heard a while back that someone saw Ungrund, the Archmage of Earth, near the lava river. Let's see if Valad has any dreams to show us. Oh, dragon grass. How about that? Looks like Valid wants us to go find the dragon grass. Should probably pull out the pixie map. Run, 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 run. You know what? Prince Lyle has one thing over his Dark Souls brethren. He can run over a small fence. Can I come out this way? No. Cannot come out this way. So here's a lava river. Lava moat? I mean, why wouldn't you have a lava moat? Lava moats are cool. Well, actually, they're not cool. Lava is the complete opposite of cool. Badoom chop. But yeah, so if you want to take the illusion that Kingsfield 2 or this Kingsfield is basically a rewrite of is basically rewritten as Dark Souls 2, then the Earth guy is basically the Rotten / Old Iron King. And Earth and lava and going deep, you get lava illusions. They're kind of the same thing in this game. Is this open yet? Dang it! Caught on some geometry. Alright, so how do I get there? They said the lava river. can't get anywhere from Gold Fountain. And I've already cleared that area out, so... That's just a save point. This is the castle wall. Alright, you have anything new to say? Thank you for helping Iron. I'm sorry for my harsh words before. I had no intention of helping anyone in the royal family after what the king has done to us, but I'll make an exception for you now. How can I be of service? So, nobody actually knows what the heck happened to John Alfred. Mostly because nobody's been able to, like, get into the castle, because it's been sealed for about 10 years. So there's a few people in town who actually think that, like, John Alfred is eating people. Like, there's a lot of, like, crazy rumors going around, and I remember getting those when I was testing this game on my PS3. I've been carrying tombstones here for the brave souls whose lives have been claimed by the minions of evil. I don't know how much longer I'll have to do this, but it's the least I can do for those brave men. Poor souls. I wonder when the end will come. A lot of nihilism going on here. Maybe I am missing something at the save point. Yeah, like, it's not nihilism per se. It is like, 'cause there's no, like, freedom in it. Like, Alexander is freed from the idea of Seath and Gyra being anywhere cool, and he's like, these people aren't cool. Human is. The end. So that's an idea. Can't go through there. Can't go through here. Can't go through there. Don't think I can shove my way out here. Oh yeah, that's fine. Maybe there is a way that I didn't see through the danger path. Alright. So yeah, definitely loss of hope. This place has been like this for like 10 years. Like, it's not new that this has been, like, the status quo. Skeletons, skeletons. But boy, did they give a lot of gold. That's the first time I've actually seen them do an attack. Yeah. I didn't need to come back here. So then... how do I get over there? Ah, damn it. So, because I picked up a couple of dragon fruits, it has bounced me over here, but I never use them, so I just reload the save. Never use your elixirs. Oh yeah, well there's a sign saying danger, so it's only my fault for going over there. So the real question is, how do I get to the Cave of Shudom? Kill these gunplants, what I think. I guess I'm gonna have to go back to the... That path takes me to Lynn. I need to go the opposite way. Let's see if there's anything else for me down here. I got the key and the wise fruit. Can't hurt to explore this place now, though. Ah, yes, the path of poison. This is probably a bad idea for me to be here this early. But man, the music here slaps. Can you take my poison away? Or is that just Kingsfield 2? Alright, no. Oh no! This is actually my favorite music in the game. Oh man, I'm out of herbs. I'll be back. I'm gonna go buy some herbs and come back in here. Oh, mandatory. Mandatory poison level, mandatory mine level. That's just how FromSoft rolls. I'm actually really sad that Demon Souls doesn't have, like, minecart racing like there is in Kingsfield 2, 3, 4... Could you imagine a fat official, like, smacking you in the face with a fireball and you're just trying to ride this minecart to goodness knows where? There's ways to mitigate it. I don't have any of those ways yet because I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be there that early. While my father was chatting with the king, I used to take walks with Alexander in the courtyard. Flowers would be blooming. It's always so beautiful. That is actually where Alexander introduced me to you. Alright. Could you imagine minecart racing? That should be like a bonus level in Bloodborne Kart. Just minecarts. Alright, we'll be back there. I think there's... some things back at the hedge maze that we should probably start getting now. Though I still don't understand how my PlayStation 3 run-through already got the bow. And I still haven't picked it up here yet. He's just vibing. This guy is just vibing over here. Dead. plant demons. Have you seen the Reapers yet? Apparently they're supposed to be made out of flesh, according to manuals. That's just very weird, so I refuse to believe it. Hey, Shoujo. How's it going? We're kind of lost and on our way to the Cave of Shudom. Maybe. So we're trying to do some backtracking as well. There's a save point back that way. I guess good lost. People don't mind me being a little bit lost at this stage. Walkthroughs are definitely not helpful. The last walkthrough on GameFAQs was done in 20 years ago. That person probably has kids. Now. GameFAQs is such a time machine. It's actually really fascinating. Like, GameFAQs has been around since time immemorial. Yeah, and sometimes you need a text fax rather than a video fac, and most of the good facts these days are all videos. What are you protecting, Mr. Reaper? Anything? We've been through most of this, but not across the way. So that's something we should do. Yeah, I think I looked at the Shadow Tower FAQ at one point, because I have a version of Shadow Tower on my PS3. Boy, oh boy, do I wish for better. Still need about 1,000 if I really want that bow. This is the... Depends on what you mean by end. So, this is the end of the Verdite trilogy. Kingsfield 4 is its own unrelated story. Additional 1 and 2 take place in Verdite, but I don't think they're actually part of the Verdite trilogy. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, though. I do know they take place in Verdite, but I don't know if they are... connected to the royal family of Verdite from the Verdite trilogy. Aha! Well, I'll take that. High metal armor. Let me check something. Defense 64, 35, 36. It's a little bit better. Not totally, but it's a little bit. But yeah, they just kind of started... I don't think they just stopped because they ran its course. I know Miyazaki's been asked about it, but he doesn't want to... Well, let me put it a different way. His boss, which is the board of directors of Katakawa, one of them is the founder and original president of FromSoftware, Naotoshi Zin, and he's on the board of directors of Katakawa. And Miyazaki doesn't want to make him mad by doing a Kingsfield and not doing it justice. So that's that. Apparently, I think Miyazaki joked that Naotoshi Zin is a bit scary. I've been here, huh? This is the Wind Palace. I would, though. I would kill. Maybe not kill. I would pay a lot of money for Kingsfield VR. This has got to be the Wind Temple. Yeah, this is the Wind Temple. So, Shoujo, it's funny you mentioned that. So, Kingsfield 1J had its birthday with the original PlayStation because they launched at the same time. like on December 3rd, Japan time. And Kingsfield 1J is 26 years old. And on the OBI slip, if you buy like a CD or CD media in Japan, it comes with a little slip of paper that goes over the spine so that it stands out on the shelf. And on that little slip of paper, it touts that Kingsfield 1J is the first fully 3D polygonal game. No pre-rendered anything in it. So there is that. So it's a game of firsts. And FromSoft really likes being first. Alright. Let's check the pixie map. Right now, I have like 3 essays in the works, but all of them have kind of run into like a snag here and there. Like I'm like 2,000 words through an essay on Shadow Tower Abyss, but I ran into a place where I need to like sit and do some more research about colonialism and its effects, because there's a very interesting narrative thoroughfare in Shadow Tower Abyss about that very thing, the effects of colonialism. Because Abyss is a very different game from the original Shadow Tower. And, which is always fun, because the original Shadow Tower Abyss has a lot of cameos in Demon Souls. And I forgot to mention this earlier when I was, like, ranting about Demon Souls. But Shadow Tower Abyss has a bunch of cameos in Demon Souls, which I'm pretty sure Bluepoint also had no idea about. And I don't blame them for it, because it was cancelled and it didn't show up in America. Because reasons. But like, the gold mask that Mephistopheles wears, that's originally in Shadow Tower Abyss. The old hero is originally in Shadow Tower Abyss. And a couple of other things are like in Abyss. But yeah. I've been... Listen, everybody talks about the Dark Souls 3 cameos. But there are some wacky cameos in FromSoftware canon that put anything in Dark Souls 3 to shame. Vanguard is originally a random encounter golem in the goofy JRPG FromSoftware thought they would make called Enchanted Arm, which is on Xbox and PS3. Like, I posted that the other day because it's a goofy thing. Also in Enchanted Arm, you can summon Metal Wolf from Metal Wolf Chaos, and it has the voiced line from Michael Wilson. Like, Michael Wilson is a summon in Enchanted Arm, and it makes no sense whatsoever, because Enchanted Arm is basically in a world that's very similar to, like, Final Fantasy VIII. You've got that high fantasy, high technology kind of thing going on in Enchanted Arm. And by the way, if you have an Xbox, you can just buy Enchanted Arm, and it's BC. It was like the last BC game. Armored Spider is more than just a cameo. There is always a spider boss in FromSoftware canon. Like, there is always a spider boss. There's, like, the original patches is from Armored Core 4 Answer as Patch the Goodlock. Like, people talk about Dark Souls 3, but they also don't know that FromSoftware just loves referencing themselves at every turn, all the time. Like, I can sit here and, like, point where these things show up elsewhere. Like, Dark Souls 2 is basically a rewrite of Kingsfield 3J. This very game. Like, this game, just like Dark Souls 2, you have a chosen undead who must go visit four different elemental people. The Archmages here, the Lord Souls of Dark Souls 2, which are also somewhat elemental in nature, though they don't go as far as to saying that they're elemental in nature. And, like, you see the castle that you're supposed to be... You're, like, circling the castle, which should be this way. That you pretty much see the entire time that you're, like, working around. And, like, just like, Vendrick, Drang Lake Castle, it's always in the middle. And, like, you have to go fight Vendrick. And you only are able to go into the castle after you beat the 4, or meet the 4 Archmages here to get their magic. It's like, listen, Dark Souls 3 has a lot of cameos because people are able to recognize it now. Like, there's a lot of petty cameos from Shadow Tower Abyss and Demon Souls. Like, Demon Souls has a lot of petty Shadow Tower Abyss cameos because Shadow Tower Abyss was cancelled by Sony Entertainment for the very same reason that they ended up trying to almost canceling Demon Souls. Like, there's lots and lots of cameos. Also, oh, side note, Ninja Blade, where you get the Moonlight Greatsword. I'm sure you guys have seen the Iron Pineapple video where he talks about Ninja Blade for reasons. Where you get that Moonlight Greatsword is a copy and a paste from Kingsfield 4. Like, the place you get the sword is exactly the same place you get it in Ninja Blade. Like, they just copied the room and they threw it in there. Tree limbs and all. Like, the whole cameo thing people don't like about Dark Souls 3 doesn't exactly hold water for me. And that's, you know, a lot of the reasons why. I keep getting turned around because I keep, like, trailing off. Yeah, people hate the cameos. They're like, ugh, Dark Souls 3 is just full of fan service. Listen, you haven't played enough FromSoftware games then. I've been through that door. Oh yeah, people hate the Dark Souls 3 cameos. A lot of the stuff is like, well, they're not doing anything original. And I'm like, it's all fan servicey. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. My joke is, hey, FromSoftware asks us, hey, do you remember this game? And Westerners are like, no, we didn't play this game. Fun fact. I keep saying that, but, like, it is kind of a fun fact. I was reading the original GameSpot review for Shadow Tower, 1998. And in that review, published in 1998, they are wringing their hands over the frame rate. Some things never change. Wringing your hands over FromSoftware games frame rate. Never change, FromSoft. We'll complain about frame pacing and frame rate, but never change. Like, I think that's why GameSpot gave the original Shadow Tower like a 3.8 out of 10 or something. I love Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 actually might be my favorite of the trio. And that might actually make me a bit heretical, but I think I'm a bit heretical anyway. Shadow Tower Abyss and Kuon are in my top FromSoftware games, period. Not just top old FromSoftware games. Top FromSoftware games, period. And I actually really want them to do survival horror again. That would be really fun. Oh, we need to come in here anyway. I needed this Silviera key. Whew. Hey, cool. We'll put that on because we have nothing else. So the last thing I know we have missed that my PS3 character did is go to the royal tomb. But I'm not exactly certain I know where that is at this moment. But yeah, it's like I still think Metal Wolf as a secret summon is way more fan servicey than anything in DS3. Because it just makes no sense. Oh, hey. Like, Enchanted Arm, like, America doesn't exist at all. It's like a Final Fantasy VIII-ish world. I do have Enchanted Arm, by the way, but I still don't have the equipment to stream directly out of my PS3 yet. Should probably do that sometime. Because I do want to play goofy-ass JRPG by FromSoftware. So, I think I trailed off because I started talking about something else. But yeah, I have in mind a seed of an idea for an essay talking about the FromSoftware monomyth, and that's not the final word for it, but like examining how FromSoftware tells a story in their, at least their high prestige serious games, like this and Shadow Tower series, and maybe even the Echo Knight series, which verges on they're more serious fare. Rather than me talking about how the Adventures of Cookies and Cream is basically Bloodborne. You guys are just jerks. Here I am, trying to get out of your hair and go to the Earth cave. And you guys are like shooting me with poison clouds. Yes, these are angry plant water and demons, demon trees, demon plants. A lot of bad water. I mean, we've already seen a little bit of the path poison, which I am extremely not ready for. So, Fated, your buckle right up. I have no problem talking the grand overview of the Verdite trilogy, but it's a lot. So settle in. Kingsfield 1J examines John Alfred Forrester, a member of the Forrester Cadet branch of the royal family. And royal families are deemed so because they're able to use magic, because they're at the end of the day they have some high elf blood in them which allows them to do magic. John Alfred Forrester is not royalty, but he is a royal cadet branch, sort of like the Spencers are with the Windsors. Anyway, yeah, like the Spencers are to, yeah. Anyway, so King Randolph, a little bit while ago, Randolph the Eighth, I want to say. I might get these names confused because they're entirely too close. He suddenly died due to unforeseen circumstances. The king that took over, Reinhardt the First, is a shady guy, and he sends his entire army into the catacombs. In the royal catacombs, which at one point was where the high elves interred all of their... I'm gonna go to the path poison. Go back to the gold thing. So he sends all of his army, everyone, into the catacombs because he wants a magical item. So they're like, people are sent in there, they're mining it, you know, it's a bunch of catacombs, and then everybody starts dying. And it's sealed, and you, John Alfred Forrester, is looking for your father, who is the captain of the guard, Hauser Forrester. Hauser Forrester is a swordsman. He is excellent at his job. Yeah, a little bit more generational responsibility. Stuff. But we haven't gotten to the cosmology bullcrap yet. So Hauser Forrester is sent along with the original group, and John Alfred wants to know where the hell his father is because he hasn't come out of the catacombs yet. You go into the catacombs. You discover your ability with magic. You discover your father, who is dead. You take up his sword, which is the Hauser family sword, which is the stone dragon sword. You meet Miria, the dragon fairy of Gyra, who is basically Calamathar, who restores the dragon sword to the Moonlight Greatsword. You take the Moonlight Greatsword, you discover that your king, Reinhardt, murdered Randolph the Eighth and has become a tree, a la the Bed of Chaos, at the bottom of the catacombs, because it was also looking for the Moonlight Greatsword, which is now in your possession. Only by having the Moonlight Greatsword and having enough power, you are able to use the sword art, the weapon magic, and you're able to destroy the king. However, that Gyra had other intentions for you to use that sword that he restored for you, and that was to become the champion of Gyra to go kill Seath. As it turns out, valid. The Grand Poobah King created creation, high elves, the dwarves, and everything below. And then he went to go sip Mai Tais in Fiji. So he turned into a tree because, like, power corrupts in Kingsfield. And he's sucking the life force out of the earth. He looks basically... No. Killing Seath is this game. You're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. So he's like in the first game, he's sucking the life force out of the earth because he's a tree, and that's what you do because the water is the life force out of the earth, and trees only drink water. FromSoft, Arboreal Apocrypha, right here. He looks exactly like the Bed of Chaos / the DS2 face trees. Anyway, that's the end of Kingsfield 1J. Kingsfield 2J. The real reason Gyra restored the dragon sword into what it looks like now is because he wanted you to go kill Seath. As it turns out, Valid, he pieced out, but he left 2 dragons in charge of creation. One was Seath, one was Gyra. They hate each other, they were trying to kill each other, they're at war with one another, but then they both got really tired of doing such things. And they decided to find somebody else to do their dirty work for them. So they created 2 swords, one to kill Gyra, one to kill Seath. And that is the Dark Slayer and the Moonlight Greatsword. The Moonlight Greatsword kills Seath. The Dark Slayer kills Gyra. Gyra sends somebody else to go steal the Moonlight Greatsword, hoping that John Alfred Forrester would come and get it. This does not go to Gyra's plan, as the best friend of John Alfred Forrester, Alexander, who we've already kind of heard about here and there in this game, goes instead. He is the prince of one of the other kingdoms of the northern Granatiki. I'm just wandering around while I explain all this, because I'm trying to figure out where the heck to go. Alright. So, okay. They steal the Moonlight Sword. Alexander comes to the island of Melanot instead of John Alfred Forrester. Alexander finds the sword after he discovers that Gyra, via his champion Necron, which is DS Bagel, who really just wanted to fight and fight the best, has been forcing the people who lived on Melanot to mine for crystals in the island, looking for powerful crystals within. They are also doing some ridiculous, unethical R&D on dragon fairies, turning them into dragon lords, which are big honking monsters who basically look like Baphomet. And they're using a light crystal to do just that. You destroy Gyra. However, this opens a big power vacuum in the balance between Gyra and Seath. And Seath decides, hey, it's my turn to be a jerkwad. After Alexander discovers at the end of Kingsfield 2J that both dragons are jerkwads, neither one is good, and everyone should feel bad about thinking about either one of them had, like, any interest in humanity. They both suck, and the Holy Moonlight Sword is only holy because people believe in it rather than it being, like, a dragon who, like, made it so. So you disrupt the balance. Seath thinks, hey, I can go take over the Earth now, like I wanted to, because Gyra isn't here to stop me. And Seath takes over the body of John Alfred Forrester, the king of this game. Thankfully, the king of this game had a son, Austin Lyle Forrester, who we're playing as now. So yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. I love the Verdite trilogy. It's it's like it starts off really simple and then it gets insane. So Fated. Yep. So we have Dueling Serpents, Babylonian God, Generational Responsibility, Power Corrupting. We have Creepy Ghosts. Oh no! Oh man. I get into any trouble, I'll just peace out. Although this guy should be in the Earth place, so maybe we're close. And that's not even the whole of everything with regards to Kingsfield lore. Like, the cosmology gets dumped on you at the end of this game. Because you get about half of it in 2J, and then this one, you're gonna get, like, the rest of it. Where Valid starts taking a more active role in giving this character dreams as to what they should be doing to try to guide them forward. Yep, and the subtle implication, as Faded Visage says, and the subtle implication that wild ambition and individualism, as depicted by the Western iconography, will lead to the downfall of the collective from a cosmic to a personal level. Ah, FromSoft, you are nothing if not consistent. Owned by the Light family, no trespassing. The Light family is the first merchant you are to come across in Kingsfield 1J. Like, this means nothing to a lot of Westerners because, like, Age Tech skipped Kingsfield 1. Yeah, we're on Kingsfield 3J. Still working at it. We're just exploring. I got a little bit lost, so this is kind of an exploring level. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I have one monitor, so most, like, two-thirds of it is this, this game screen, so I don't really see much. I have enough open to make sure I'm not dropping frames in the chat. Oh, Elden Ring. I'm really interested to see how the way FromSoft tells a story evolves with Elden Ring. And what lessons they're gonna, like, bring forward. Because they've already brought forward a lot of lessons from Kingsfield and Shadow Tower into the Dark Souls games. Poor Faded. Moobot. Moobot is nothing if not consistent. Since this says owned by the Light family. Yep. Thank you so much for that follow. Whoever did. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, there's a bit in this game, and we haven't come into it in this playthrough because I somehow, like, skipped the Royal Tomb. But Austin Lyle's mother, which is the wife of John Alfred Forrester, died. And I want to say that there's something to grief turning somebody into a different person being represented in this game. Because John Alfred isn't the same person after his wife Noelle Forrester, Queen of Verdite, dies. Like, she's not. But I don't exactly know what the timeline is for that. Whether that was before or after Seath took over John Alfred. Nope, 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 go away. So she passed after, okay. That was one thing I wanted to, like, find out, whether that was before or after what the timeline is. Hey, we got a jail key. Sweet. Key to the door. Thank you, H-Tech. Also, there's always a jail in these games. Like, there's always a jail in Dark Souls, too. It's always a jail. How many of these are going to be empty and or trapped? Let's find out. Can you, like, get out of the way? I'm trying to open these things. But yeah, I feel like maybe that's an unintended narrative thought about Noelle Forrester, because he was changed already when she died. Like, it would have been poignant, though. About, like, a meditation on grief. This music slaps so much! Yes! Our first flask. I know there's supposed to be one in the Royal Tomb, but I somehow lost it, so we'll find it eventually. That's probably the big treasure here. Some other things to think about. One of my crazy big-brained ideas has been the role of crystals in the Dark Souls games, given how crystals are both earth magic, and earth is also kind of associated with humans, and the sword of humanity is the Exelector, which is basically made out of crystal. Like, I know Dark Souls 1 says that Seath took the primordial crystal from the dragons, but dragons are also... people are striving to become dragons, so maybe that's an idea to mull over with regards to humanity's relationship to the dragon and to Earth itself. So that's some of the other stuff I've been thinking about writing about. But yeah, like I have a seed of an idea of what I want to be writing about, because there's a lot to be thought about with regards to Kingsfield, Shadow Tower, the original Shadow Tower, and Demons and Dark Souls. Also, I really like the juxtaposition about... oh no, Quaylag, leave me alone. Quaylag, please, leave me alone. Quaylag, why? I should have run right behind her. Oh yeah, we didn't kill Gyra in the previous game, but both of them needed to die anyway. The issue really is Alexander killed one and didn't finish the job. Yeah, I really like the Spider Woman enemies. The alchemine? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but back to the path of poison. God dang it. I didn't want to... I wanted the pixie map. We have a good chunk of it done. I just want to be a jerk and call her Quail Egg. Also on the Dark Souls 2 is basically Kingsfield 3. Seath looks exactly like Dark Lurker. Yeah, there's a lot of strange noises. Yep. And Calamite is exactly the same dragon as Gyra. Especially if you take Gyra's appearance in 1J as the dragon of the forest. Because guess where you fight Calamite? In a forest. Yay! Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, I was talking about that. Nobody was around when a couple weeks ago when I went through Gyra's End in 2J, and I spoke to myself a lot about that. That there is a star field above your head, and I am of the mind that they made it look a bit Tron-like so that you could see where you're supposed to be standing, but you are in the abyss. So, I don't know. I know all the speedruns go straight for these boots, but I don't... Are these better to wear than Fujin, or is Fujin better to wear? For those who know. Oh, and in this one you go to the moon. FromSoft and their fascination with the moon. You go to the moon in Echo Knight, also. Also, you go to the moon and fight the moon in the moon's castle in Adventures of Cookies and Cream. Alright, cool. Yeah, because I know the speedruns go for it. Because I've seen a couple. Listen, Quaylog, I don't want to have to deal with you. There's got to be a hidden wall here. Yeah, Alexander not finding Seath because, you know, he's on the moon is certainly a thing. Yeah. Bashing my face against the wall. I can, like, hear them. Maybe I've got the wrong wall. Start from here. I spoke a lot a bit about the different translations of 2J versus Kingsfield 1U. Because the end of 1U is wildly different from what it actually says in Japanese. So it is certainly something to keep in mind. Yeah, there's got to be hidden doors because I can hear the enemies and I can't seem to get it to trigger. Oh, this is emulated. Yeah, this is on RetroArt. My PS3 is behind me. A bit far from my PC. So I got this door. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I hear the worst. Oh, and I don't have a bow. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back here with my bow and get these guys. I'm not sure if I can get them with magic. Hey, hey, missile shield. Oh, you played additional one. I've been thinking about buying additional. I don't have that key. But now I do. Thank you, Orladin. I've been thinking about buying I have to buy a PSP. So there's two Kingsfield games for the PSP. Additional and Additional 2. They came out at essentially the same time in Japan. And... please leave me alone. No! And they both came out at the same time, and to get the very best ending, you have to play both of them. Yeah, I was just talking about Additional 1 and 2, because I wasn't sure... like, because I knew they take place in Verdite. But I didn't know how connected they are to the Verdite trilogy. And you have to play both of them to get the best ending. Yeah, because I was watching a Japanese version, and like some of them said Berdaito. Unless it's like they're referencing Verdite. But it's not in Verdite. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Aw, man. I'm gonna have to peace out and come back. I'm out of heal items. Okay, okay. So yeah, it's based on the bad ending of 3J. That I did read. Generational curse there. Yeah, because, what, Gyra took over the MLGS and, like, possessed the leader or something? Because, MLGS has, like, a sort of sentience in this game. It's not exactly translated well by H-Tech. I went over what it should actually... the opening should actually say. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So then it's Seath who takes over the sword. And Gyra is the guardian to prevent people from... yeah. I need to pick up additional. But I also need a PSP. Portables haven't been, like, a thing I've really done much with. Yeah, I really want to get... that's why I wanted to... that's why I've been thinking about picking up additional 1 and 2. Because they're like a continuation of the Verdite trilogy. And, pretty good. Also, it has my favorite art of, like, Seath and Gyra, because if you have... well, it's set up exactly like a Wizardry game. Like, Wizardry is set up exactly like it. If you like look up the slew of wizardry Japanese games. Now, if you don't know anything about wizardry, wizardry is a Canadian-American game that hit like a Mack truck in Japan. Like, it is super popular there. And there are 8 wizardry games at least, and you can get the last one on GOG. And, like, there's this huge slew of, quote, Gaiden games that are wizardry Gaiden games that were made in Japan because wizardry was stupid popular. Age Tech also commissioned an anime before Kingsfield 1 was even released. So there's an anime with Age Tech Japan as producers. It's an OVA. It's actually pretty good. It's on YouTube. And, like, even the modern wizardry games play exactly like additional. Yeah. And the Seath Gyra combination in the actual final battle. Because if you do additional 1 and you win that game, and then you do additional 2, and you have that save too, you get the actual final boss, which is Seath and Gyra merged together. And you can tell which part is Seath because Seath looks like Dark Lurker. Gyra looks like Calamite on top. It's good stuff. I've seen the final battle. I haven't actually played it. I don't mind a whole lot of spoilers. I never return. I don't seem to retain anything anyway. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. This has been 2.5 hours, I think. No, 2 hours. Is the Wizardry anime, OVA. It's on YouTube. Thief of something something. Yeah, Shadow Tower is, yeah, time flies in the field, man. Also, side note, here's your FromSoft talk for the day. I was looking at the Japanese Demon Souls manual the other day, and the second chapter is called Field, because apparently, in FromSoftware speak, Field is the same as World. So each level in Demon Souls is in the Japanese manual called a field, not world. So, like, technically it should actually be Field 1-1, not World 1-1. It should be Field 1-1. And side note, this is also true in the Bloodborne manual, which is online only. It's like there's a page saying exploring the field, which is exploring the world. So, King's Field wasn't ever pointing to the definition we all think of as field as in, like, you know, in a big open field. It's like the same as world in FromSoftware speak. So it should actually just be King's World, but King's Field sounds better. So, there's a bit of that. Time flies in the field, and I will be back tomorrow because I stream Saturday and Sunday if you're new here. Generally going through Kingsfield. I don't know whether I'm going to do Shadow Tower 1 after this game or go straight to Kingsfield 4. Now, I worry about Kingsfield 4 because there is a song in there that is very similar to Paranoid Android, and I do not want to get DMCA'd. And then have to go to Twitch and be like, it's not Paranoid Android. It is from the game. This is before EULAs. Please let me stream this game. So I don't know if I have to stream that on YouTube or anything like that because of, like, the DMCA hassle on Twitch right now. So there's my conundrum. I don't know if I want to do Shadow Tower 1 or straight to Kingsfield 4. But I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. I know you have lots of things asking for your time, and you choose to spend it here with me talking about a 24-year-old game and FromSoftware monomyths. So thank you so much and have a great day, everybody. Bye!